Hey guys, good news for Marvel fans. In 2020, we're going to be rumored to be getting a Black Widow standalone film and a Doctor Strange Part 2 film. There's another slot open for another Marvel movie in 2020, but it's unsure at this point what that's going to be. Apparently, Marvel is going to announce their movies for 2020 and possibly beyond at the end of this month or sometime in May, after Endgame is out. News articles say it sounds like we may be getting more of the Sorcerer Supreme a little sooner than we expected, as Doctor Strange 2 could be one of Marvel's 2020 titles. Benedict Cumberbatch made his debut as the character in 2016's Doctor Strange. Disney recently presented their 2019 slate at CinemaCon in Vegas, and they put on quite a show. They opted not to reveal what Marvel movies they have coming beyond Avengers Endgame, which is understandable since they don't want to spoil any potential surprises, but recapped the events of their presentation with Black Widow being expected to be one of the studio's 2020 movies, in addition to Doctor Strange 2, which comes as more of a surprise. Now, as for directors, online sources say Scott Derrickson was returning to direct, and C. Robert Cargill is also coming back to pen a draft of the screenplay. It's not clear yet which movie would be underway first, nor is it clear when we'll see the sequel arrive. That said, next year is probably going to happen. Now, the third movie that a lot of people are thinking about is going to be the third installment in the Marvel franchise, is The Eternals, but that one seems like it might be a little bit later in time. The article goes on to also say what we know for sure is that Disney has planted flags on 2 release dates for MCU movies, one on May 1st, 2020, and the other on November 6th, 2020. We know that Black Widow is gearing up to begin production shortly, which means, in all likelihood, it's going to be Scarlett Johansson's Natasha Romanoff, who takes the May date. Assuming Doctor Strange 2 gets into production within the next handful of months as well, that November date seems very likely. Plus, the first movie came out in November, and that worked out quite well. So it seems like these 2 movies are going to be the forefront for the Marvel Universe in 2020. If you ask me, well, we got a Captain Marvel movie. I think it's fitting that we get a Black Widow one as well. Black Widow is by far my favorite female Avenger, and Doctor Strange definitely needs a sequel. Now, Mordo will most likely return, as we saw in the end scene for Doctor Strange, and there are talks about using the villain Nightmare. But beyond that, right now, our sights are set on Endgame, and we really need to focus on that because everything else is kind of pie in the sky. But this is some cool news and some rumors that have been floating around, so I figured I would cover it for you guys. Have an awesome rest of your day, and remember, with great power comes great responsibility.